Okay, guys, Mr. Fury HD Nightcool here, back with another video. This video is about KCD2 and how to basically improve blacksmithing. For you guys who don't know what KCD2 is, it's basically called Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It's basically you play as a knight who slash peasant character. Basically, he's a guy that fights in a war, and he's sort of like a bodyguard, or or you want to say knight. But anyway, this video is about blacksmithing in the game and how to improve your blacksmithing and to show you what to sell in the beginning of the game and what you should be doing. And the equipment too. So let's talk about it. All right, first thing you want to do is get the leather apron. You get it in Trotsky from the first guy that you meet in the game, which is a leather apron. And you guys want to also have armor on and, metal corals and the headpiece and, basic armor in KCD2. So you want to equip this. So for you guys that don't know in KCD2, I'm just using that as abbreviation. Uh, Certain items in the games have different stats and buffs like charisma. This leather apron has like a stat and buff to like crafting. It doesn't show it to you, but it does. Um, I recommend equipping that. And then as far as potions go, I also recommend using the quick fingering potion, which is yes, it's called that. It's kind of weird. Um, is that potion right there? This is the weaker version. It'll basically increases your crafting skills and thieving skills for 2 hours and 20 minutes for the weaker version. I believe the stronger version does much stronger effects on the character. So, what should you be looking for to craft? So, I gotta move the analog stick. What items should you use to sell and craft in the game at the beginning of the game? First thing I recommend is spirited axes. Basically, it's scrap material and steel. It's a lot less, and it sells for 400 and I think 484 groschen. Yeah, it sells for that. You're gonna be making a lot of those bearded axes. So, and the second thing you're gonna be selling is the common longsword once you get a little bit higher up and you start buying it for like 500 grossen, I believe. Not too sure. You're gonna be making that, and then you got the Cuban longsword, which sells for that at the beginning of the game. But here's the problem: whether you might get the groschen or not. Like, so for example, you might get less groschen at the beginning of the game because they don't have too many stores in the game at the beginning of the game. But as you get further along, you start seeing like blacksmithing stores where you can buy all the materials. So yeah. And I also recommend at the beginning of the game hunting deers, or you can just buy them from the item shop, which is the blacksmithing shop. Just buy it from the blacksmithing shop, guys, because you're gonna spend a lot of time hunting those deers, and it's gonna take a long time. Stuff like that. So for example, like the dueling longsword, once you have like the DLC, for example, like the blacksmithing forge for Henry, right? Once you have that, you'll have a huge advantage over in the game where you can sell stuff and just put stuff in the item box. Say for example that you don't have that, right? All you do is make dueling long swords, which is going to cost a lot, but you're going to have to sell it to a vendor that wants to buy it. Don't sell it to a master longsword vendor. You could do it, but I would say recommend it selling it to a different vendor because he only gives me like 500 grossen for regular, like something that's really high, he'll give you less price. So in the game, you gotta like focus on your haggling stuff like that. Um, if you guys don't know, you're like looking at this hermit sword. Basically, what this is that's a quest item, and then you start learning all the different recipes in the game. Anyway, let's move on. Let's show you how to blacksmith and what you want to look for in the game. So I popped up a quick finger potion real quick. I'm just gonna make like the first short sword or regular sword in the game because there's long swords, there's regular swords, and then there's axes in the game. So the first thing you want to do is equip it. You basically got to hammer it, and you got to get it like straw yellow in the game because it's like yeah, you got to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I usually don't count. I just go ahead and get the iron turns yellow. Go here and just press your right trigger. I'm playing this on Xbox, guys, and you gotta basically get up to yellow. So it doesn't matter if you mess up. You have to like hear Henry because it sounds like down. You have to hear Henry what he says. So I've already messed up on that. And so you gotta hit it where it has lots of sparks in the game. You gotta hit it. So the more sparks it has, it'd be much finishing. And then Henry will start whistling to himself. I have the sound turned down because you guys like that. And you gotta have rhythm in the game. You gotta move it up and down with the left analog stick. So regardless if you mess up and you're like terrible at blacksmithing, the quick finger potion will basically help you guys out. And this is me doing this without sound in the game. And you don't have to flip over your swords. I know when I first started that, see, and then you temper it and you quench it. And so if you watch the video, you gotta hit all the sparks, and then he's gonna temper it, and that's like the first like weapon you start making at the beginning of the game. Like that. See, he just looks at the sword, and you get your sword. Now you have quality worth like swords. Like this is like a lesser version of the sword, so it's not worth that much. See how it has price 32? It's not really worth anything because I didn't do a good job on a sword like this. So this is a hunting sword. A hunting sword, guys, if you don't know what this is, you basically hunt animals with that sword. Or you can basically use it as a weapon. So for example, if you see these little buffs on my these little things, that means it's a high quality sword. So for example, like this noble sword, even though it's damaged, it's still a high quality, so I can sell it for a high quality price. So it's worth like 1200 groschen. So yeah, you can just sell it for how much price you want. So that's how you do blacksmithing. You gotta look for the sparks, guys. I'll hopefully this video kind of help you guys out how to do blacksmithing a little bit better. It's like a little mini game. But anyway, guys, if you like the video, um, you know, it's up to you if you like it. Don't write in the comment section did I do a good job or not. It's up to you guys. Peace.